Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, December the 12th, and we're here to look at new releases that have been published this week. And on Thursdays, we do them in the realm of fantasy and science fiction. Every day of the week, we look at a different genre. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. If weather and traffic goes in my favor, I usually start a few minutes early. And then right after that, at 10:35-ish Eastern Time, we'll do Chapter 12 in our Advent Calendar Read Aloud Bedtime Story, Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge. Shall we jump in? Fantasy Science Fiction. Twisted Shadows, Book 2 in a series by Ali Theron. I guess this is a paranormal romance, all kinds of little labels here. Alternate Universe, Seattle. Empath hunter Evan Grayson is the dead man, transformed by a dark past into a perfect weapon against corrupted empaths. Nothing can distract him from stopping these superhuman killers until he's mired in a new battle, fighting a forbidden attraction to an empath on the verge of corruption. For pacifist Rhys Davies, every day is a struggle to keep his darker side in check. It's only his complicated relationship with Evan that keeps him grounded. A relationship that, despite his growing feelings, must stay at arm's length. But when an empath's murder on the East Coast points to a treacherous plot back west, with Rhys as the next potential target, Evan races across the country to be by his side. Good morning, Mary. Happy Thursday. Waiting on the furnace man to tell me what is going on. Other than that, it works and it doesn't. Oh! You need it to work when you want it to work. Hopefully he can do his mojo. A Monsoon Rising by Thea Gwanson. Oh, this is the sequel to Hurricane Wars. I did read that one. Young adult fantasy is not my cuppa, but I did read that first one. After a lifetime of war, Alaric and Taliesin were thrust into an alliance between their homelands that was supposed to end the fighting. However, being married to their sworn foe feels far from peaceful. Now Taliesin must play the part of Alaric's willing empress while her allies secretly plot to overthrow his reign. But the longer the couple are forced together, the longer it becomes to deny the feelings crackling like lightning between them. When the time comes to act, can she trust him, or must she ignore her heart for the sake of so many others? As the master of the Shadow-forged Legion, Alaric has trained for battle all his life, but marrying a Lightweaver might be his most dangerous challenge yet. With tensions between nations churning, he needs to focus on the greatest threat, the Moonless Dark, a cataclysmic magical event that could devour everything. Only he and Taliesin can stop it, with a powerful merging of light and shadow that they alone can create together. But saving their world from this disaster is a mere preface to his father's more sinister schemes, and his wife is a burning flame in the darkness, tempting both his loyalties and his desires. The Hurricane Wars aren't over. It's time to choose what and who to fight for. The world holds its breath amidst a whirlwind of new magic and old secrets that could change everything. So we're going from hurricanes to monsoons. We Are the Beasts by Gigi Griffiths. Historical horror. Deaths and disappearances pile up as a mysterious beast stalks the French countryside, and two girls seize an unlikely opportunity that just might save them all or serve them up on a platter. Yeah, we don't really do horror, but that should give you enough of an idea if you are intrigued to find out more. Sunny today, but we did get a lot of rain yesterday, which all of it you have said that you need rain so badly. I'm glad it did that. I bet that was so nice. So as you might imagine, the closer we get to the holiday, the pickings get slim. So some of these books I really had to dig for. So they're not necessarily top publishing books, but these are available this week, published this week. Visions and Shadows by Michelle Hurd, first in the Valbara series. A week before my 18th birthday, the guy I'm catching feelings for legit tosses me through a waterfall, only for me to find out everything I thought I knew is nothing but a lie. My name is Alkara, and 5 years ago, my people wiped my memories and abandoned me at a waterfall, so I'd learn what it's like to be human. Turns out I have the destiny of saving humankind and a hotter-than-hell guardian to help me through the nightmare I have to face. Adapting to a life of brutal training was not on my list of things to do after graduating, but the 10 chosen ones depend on me, and I have no choice but to suck it up and do everything I'm told. Trying to survive the new world I've been thrown into, I have to cope with my guardian who can hear my every thought. Besides that, people are out to torture me for information about the visions I receive. I am not so sure I'm cut out for this. End of row 1. Indeed. Able-Bodied Soldier by G. N. Chaney and Jason Anspach. Titus Briggs is an Earth defense soldier, a grunt, a decorated war hero. It's all he's ever known. So when a career-ending injury leaves him lying in a hospital bed, missing both legs, he struggles to accept his new reality. He can no longer walk, which means he can no longer fight. That is, until a mysterious colonel arrives and offers Titus the opportunity to step into a new kind of war, a new kind of fight, to become a new kind of soldier. Mobile combat units, MOCOMs, represent the next stage in human warfare. They enable soldiers to fight like never before, stronger, faster, bristling with weaponry far more lethal. And even a broken veteran like Titus can operate one, if he can find the heart, grit, and determination needed to pass selection. Now, with the end of humanity upon him, Titus must become the able-bodied soldier. Book 1 of a trilogy, it looks like. However, I personally believe warfare in the future is all going to be drones. Requirements, a lit RPG adventure by Sunrise CV, 7th in the system universe, 686 pages. This person's got a lot to say. Since arriving in Sidaria, Derek Hunt has been caught up in one fight after another, whether he liked it or not. Derek has saved villages and maybe even cities from overflowing dungeons. We could call them cities. He later helped with the capture of one of the most despicable noblemen in the entire kingdom. After that, he, at the request of Prince Edgar, helped prevent upcoming danger by clearing a raid dungeon and keeping it from overflowing into the kingdom. Then he and Sylvie joined a war effort that began while he was clearing that dungeon. With their might included in the efforts, Sidaria defeated the allied countries of Astras and Indria, allowing for a never-before-seen peace to wash over the entire continent. Now, with the war over, Derek's companions are finally safe, and he can stop worrying about forces threatening them. So, with his people no longer in harm's way for the first time, what will he choose to do next? Should he take a break? Should he try to learn more about the system universe? Or maybe it's time to make good on some promises? Remedial Magic by Nathan Gregg, 4th in series, 892 pages. This person also has a lot to say for Kindle Unlimited. Drones and computers, absolutely. If only we had known what we'd lose. There is still so much left to say of Aldrich's origins. Well, I'd say there's like 800 and how many do we say? A disgraced turned hero and royal bodyguard is only half the story, if you can believe that. I have yet to tell you of the savior who pulled a city out from the dirt and polished it into a gleaming jewel, the adventurer who forever changed all who knew him without even meaning to, the friend who left the only home he'd ever known to chase a long-forgotten dream. But dreams are not free, and you never know the cost until fate comes to collect. I must ask you again, do not judge Aldrich until my story is done. He is a hero, a demon, and maybe even a monster all wrapped into one, but he is also a man, and every man fails at least once. May you know your beloved professor as I do, and may you find it within yourselves to forgive him. This is a two-part prequel to the series. It's highly recommended you read all the books in order before continuing the series. Wow. Which reminds me, I had another revelation yesterday about my 2025 reading. I'm going to do my best. I will say 90% read only from books I already have, or from the library, or Kindle Unlimited. So saith we all. Goddess of Secrets and War by A.E. Rain, fourth in the Fate of the Furyks. After the explosive events in Andala, everything will change. All that was settled must be remade. Every path that appeared certain, now darkened with shadow. Oren Storgard is gone, Mutt Storman has vanished, and Gunhild, the dreamer? Surrounded by enemies, uncertain who will strike next, Jael must choose a way forward, can she find the strength, overcome her broken heart, the resolve to keep fighting? She turns to Maddie, hoping the dreamer will uncover clues as to her enemy's whereabouts, for after what has just happened, there are only questions. In Kadak, Adela has a choice, to rescue her companions or to save herself. But in her weakened state, how can she face the mistress alone? What can she possibly do? 684 pages. See, with fantasy, you get your money's worth with Kindle Unlimited. End of row 2. Using these items for makes it far too easy and distant, so it doesn't seem real or personally responsible. That is absolutely true. They will say it's to preserve human life, but it's adding that extra layer that they don't learn the horror of it. The Runic Artist by Alec. Book 2 in the Runic Artist. I guess this is subtitled Painted Path. After an epic battle in Helmfirth, Nate helped defeat the Adventurers Guild traitors, free the slaves, and save Kiri's life, but will it cost him his own? Still navigating his way in this new world, Nate's goal is to learn everything he can and rise up through the levels of the system. To educate himself, he needs to gain access to the Etruria Royal University, which will be no easy task, having to compete in a tournament against the most skilled, silver-ranked adventurers the guild has to offer. But the system has other ideas. Will he succeed, or will he be hunted down before he can prove his worth? Phoenix Rising by Mark Allen Edelheit, third in the Born of Ash series. In the long-anticipated and thrilling conclusion of the Born of Ash series, Kira is thrust into a desperate battle for survival when the full power of the ancient precursor technology awakens beneath the war-torn surface of Asherho. Hunted by relentless enemies and haunted by the rising forces of darkness, Kira must use her unique connection to the machine to outmaneuver the Disunity, a ruthless foe determined to seize control of the galaxy. But time is running out. With her allies scattered and communication jammed, Kira must rely on her wits and raw determination to outlast her enemies and harness the very forces that threaten to destroy her world. As ancient powers stir and unimaginable horrors come to life, Kira faces the ultimate choice. Stand and fight against impossible odds, or risk losing everything she holds dear. Fate of the galaxy rests in her hands. Will she rise from the ashes, or will she be consumed by the flames of war? Well, if this is the last book, I guess it could go either way. Battle Mage Aquila by Peter Flannery, second in the Souls of Wrath. This is Note. This is a prequel to the best-selling epic fantasy book Battle Mage. It's highly recommended that people read Battle Mage first. The story. For years, Aquila Dante has been fighting the possessed with his dragon Calantan. Together with the human armies, they are holding the legions of hell at bay. When a battle mage goes missing, Aquila and Tan encounter a new and terrifying demon known as Caim, the Cleaver of Souls, or Caim. Even as Aquila battles Caim, his wife is giving birth to their son. Where are you? I was in battle, honey. But fate deals a heavy blow, and Aquila begins a new battle against tragedy, grief, and endless machinations of the Magi. And all the while, the scales of his beloved dragon grow darker. Calantan will soon turn black, and as everyone knows, black dragons are the enemy of humankind. Black dragons are mad. As Aquila and Tan fight to keep the madness at bay, another child is born in the forsaken lands of Beltane. Daughter to a healer and a failed battle mage, this child must survive years of danger and hardship. Only then will she receive her tribal name and ignite a spark of hope. Meanwhile, there's lots going on. Captain Matilda Steinhard wages war with her bodyguard of knights and an orphan youth who has the potential to become a great knight if only he can stop joking around. And all the while, a captured battle mage writhes in agony while a novice mage descends into darkness as he seeks answers from a mysterious individual known only as the Sinner. Heroes fall, new heroes rise in the epic tale of Aquila, a battle mage who sows the seeds of victory even as his own tragic fate is sealed. And the last one we have today, it's only 307 pages. What a slacker. When did Randy get the puppy? What is its name? I've missed too many shows lately. It's not her puppy, it's Shannon's. And she brought it to work, and they haven't chosen a name yet. Well, it is a cutie. The Healer's Way by Oleg Sapphire and Alexei Kovtunov, 8th in the Healer Way series. The threats I've been facing in this world, well, it's like playing whack-a-mole. The local aristocrats are still conspiring to put roadblocks in the path of the ever more powerful Bulatov family. And then I have the off-worlders from another world. They haven't gone anywhere either. They're still opening portals and sending through invaders, although thus far these attacks have been isolated grabs for loot and prisoners. A portal opens, off-worlders dash out, get what they can, and retreat. For me, the off-worlders have generally been an irritant and not much more. In contrast, the aristocratic enemies within my new world have consumed far more of my energy. That being said, it looks like now the off-worlders have managed to unite and take over the city neighboring Archangelsk. Does that mean that it is now time for me to turn my attention to ushering out the guests from another world? And will this off-world threat force these local aristocrats to drop their hostilities and band together against our common enemy? Hard to say, but like usual, I can only really count on myself and my forces. Let's just hope I have what it takes to get the job done. Indeed. Well, that is all we have in fantasy, science fiction. Seems to me Shannon already has pups, but I may have... Nope, she has at least 2 that I'm aware of. I know that she has at least 1 horse. Yep. She's adding to the menagerie. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention at first either. I was like, what is this puppy? But it's Shannon's. She got her Christmas present at the same time same time Randy got her Christmas present. I had a sign made, just ugly earrings, established 2025. So she better get her business going. Oh, the vet bills. No kidding. Oof. Can you imagine? All right. Well, that's what we have for today. Tomorrow is Freeform Friday. We'll probably look at more cozy mysteries because there's always a lot of those. Thank God for cozy mysteries. So are you, my friend. So are you. Hope you guys have a very good Thursday. I do have sprints tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, or just close your eyes after a day. Entirely up to you. That is just time and space and ambiance carved out for you to do what it is that makes you happy. Right after that, during the Advent season, I am doing an Advent calendar cozy mystery read aloud. It is a mystery in translation from Norwegian that is set up like an Advent calendar. So right after that sprint, I'll be reading the next chapter, which is chapter 12, because today is December 12th. After that, our next sprints are on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. for 5 hours. So a total of 10 hours of sprinting each and every week, 3 times a week, and new releases 5 times a week. So you're getting sick of me. You bet. Hope to see you later. Will depend on the further. He's the priority. He's the priority. Let's get this thing fixed. Everybody, please take care. Have a good Thursday. Read good books. It's okay to pause a book if you're not enjoying it. There's always an opportunity to go back to it. Sometimes it's just not the right time for these things to come together. Look at me. I'm reading The Way of Kings, and I'm over 50% through it. I wanted to throw it against the wall last year. This year, I'm really loving it. So it's okay to set books aside if it's not happening right now. There's lots of books out there for you to read that might be the right moment. Don't withhold your attention because you think you need to finish something that you started. You don't have to. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.